I bring to you the special, unique, never seen before series, Ayodhya on NewsX. Starting today, in the next 11 days, until the day of the Pran Prathistha of Lord Ram in Ayodhya Ram Mandir, NewsX will bring you the various aspects of Lord Ram, Ramayana and Hinduism that is spread across the globe. In the first leg of Ayodhya on NewsX, we dive deep into the temples of the south. They were built centuries ago, they have been preserved and are visited by millions of devotees around the year. They were built centuries ago under the rule of the Cholas, the Pandyas, the Pallavas, the Chalukyas. Lord Jagannath, Lord Balaji, the Shiva temples, the Sringeri Sharada Peetham, the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, who are the creator, the preserver and the destroyer, is revered in their different avatars in the southern part of our country. The people of North may not have nothing in common from the people of the South. Their language, customs, food, films, music, they are all different. But what binds the two parts of our country is Hinduism and the rich history of the oldest civilization of the world. The Kashi-Tamil Sangamam is one great example of it. So let's bring on the temple priests, the trustees and some of the other religious heads of the biggest temples of South India and speak to them about the heritage of these temples. Starting my conversation first with a very special guest. We are kickstarting this telecast with Mr. Rangarajan Chilkur, who is the head priest of the historic Chilkur Balaji temple, which is located in Telangana. It is one of the oldest temples in Hyderabad district earlier and now in Rangareddy district. It was built during the time of Madanna and Akanna, the uncles of Bhakt Ramdas. Good to have you, sir, on the telecast with us. I want to understand what you view of when the inauguration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya takes place in a few days from now.
Ayodhya is a birthplace of Sri Rama, where he took the incarnation after he promised the Mukkoti Devatas to put an end to the Ravana Rajya. So, Sri Rama was born as a boon to Dasharatha Maharaja for Agni Deva's boon. You know, it was Putrakamesh Yaga's Prasadam, he was born, along with three other brothers. So that is the Rama Janma Bhumi, the place where he incarnated is sacred for us. It is the place where the Sri Rama's Bhavya Mandira existed for thousands of years, which was demolished by invaders and marauders. And in that place they installed something which is an insult to our dharma, where as a mockery they said we have built a masjid structure. The long battle, you know, I don't want to go into the history because the Supreme Court judgment tells all that. For every one of us, people who believe in bhakti to Rama, it is a great occasion. It is something like Diwali in Uttarayana. Normally Deepavali happens in Dakshinayana. This is during the prior to Kartika month. For Uttarayana Deepavali we can say, a festival of lights, festival of lamps, where Sri Rama's temple is getting constructed and the Prana Prathistha of the Sri Rama is going to happen on 22nd January 1947. It's a festival occasion where we all have to celebrate. Every believer, whether he believes in this religion or not, for him the qualities of Rama is the qualities of Rama is worldwide attributed to be the best qualities a human being can have.
How has Lord Ram and Ramayana been intrinsically linked to the grand temples of South India?
See, whenever we recite Ramayana, every household used to recite. Even now people are reciting Vedavedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Vedah Pracheda Sadasit Sakshat Ramayana Atmana. Every day when we recite Ramayana, we imagine there is a Ratna Simhasana in which the Rama deity is sitting and he is blessing all of us. At the end of the recital of Ramayana, every day, we in our family also we recite Ramayana every day. At the end of that we do the Mangalam slokas. During the Mangala sloka, we say Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithivi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitaha, and we recite that every person should be happy, there should not be any famine, there should not be any floods, and the rainfall should be in the right time. So that is every household is a worship of Rama. Similarly, every village, there is a temple of Hanumanji, there is a temple of Sri Rama in every district in the southern part of the country. It is not that Rama is treated as a North Indian, South Indian like politicians tell. Maximum number of Sri Rama temples exist in South India. You see Rameshwaram, you go to Tiruvallur, you go to Kumbakonam Sarangapani temple, huge number of Sri Rama temples are existing. In fact, I tell you, Srirangam temple, the Ranganatha Swami, was gifted by Sri Rama to Vibhishana. When he was taking from the deity to Sri Lanka, the Swami himself decided to settle down in Kaveri banks.
And how do you view the Prime Minister's initiative to revive the Kashi Tamil Sangamam?
I would appreciate the initiatives of our Honorable Prime Minister to revive the Tamil Sangam. And I was watching one of the programs in Kashi Tamil Sangam in which he inaugurated the AI, which there was a spontaneous translation of his speech in Tamil, it will put an end to all this politics of Hindi oppression over Tamil Nadu or Dravidian politics, which the proper affection, language cannot be a barrier for people, that is proven by this Kashi Tamil Sangam. Kashi is the northern part of the country and Tamil Nadu is a southern corner. So if you are trying to bring both of them together, it means that we are all one in this country. We do not have the linguistic friction because of language and all that. One more thing I would like to, through you people, request the Honorable Prime Minister through NewsX and India channel. Like they have installed the Shangol in the Parliament. There is another important thing which they have to do, which is the proper interpretation of Article 26, which have been our always fight from Chilkur Balaji, which is an ancient temple, 500-year-old temple. This is Chilkur Balaji. We are speaking from here. The deity of the country is Sri Rama. The Rama is the king of this country. We call it Rama Rajya, isn't it? We call it Rama Rajya, means the king of this country is Sri Rama. And Narendra Damodar Das ji is the representative of Sri Rama. Das means the Dasa of Rama. He is ruling the country. The constitution also should have the same kind of interpretation. Today the constitution is having an improper interpretation of Dharma. It is not having proper interpretation of Dharma because the Article 25, 26 and 27 have been wrongly interpreted. In the last judgment which we have been fighting, through NewsX, we had done a lot of debates. The Shabarimala judgment where the deity does not have any fundamental rights. That has to be rewritten. That has to be properly explained to the Supreme Court that the deity has a fundamental right over this country, leave alone the temple.
If you could shed more light into the legacy of the rulers of South India in spreading Hinduism and the legacy of Lord Ram and Ramayana in the Indian subcontinent and even in Southeast Asia.
Most importantly, we would like to remember two important kings. One is Krishna Dev Raya. and then after him Shivaji Maharaj. Krishnadevaraya, his kingdom expanded beyond the oceans. He constructed a lot of temples. In fact, he reclaimed a lot of temples which were taken away, destroyed by the Mughal invaders, the Islamic invaders. After that came Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj, the southern peninsula, if you go to the western part, towards almost he reached the almost, you can go up to Kashi also, you can find the inscriptions where Shivaji Maharaj had taken initiatives to protect our religious activities. In fact, Samarth Ramdas was a guiding force for Shivaji Maharaj to establish our dharma in this country. So these two kings we can definitely pinpoint that they have struggled to rebuild those temples and places of worship which we lost to Mughal invaders or people who destroyed our religious institutions. And after that, you can say, go down to south, you will find the royal family of Padmanabha Swami temple, the Kerala Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple's royal family. They fought the Dutch to reclaim their Padmanabha Swami kingdom. Padmanabha Swami kingdom, they fought Tipu Sultan. He could not enter Kerala, if you remember. He was not able to enter Kerala because of these great kings of southern peninsula, Kerala part of the country.
And if you could also shed light into the history of Chikkalur Balaji temple.
It is important to tell because it's a 500-year-old temple. It's a Balaji temple in which Tirupati Balaji incarnated as a Swayambhu Swami to please one of his devotees who was going every year by walk to Tirumala from here. He appeared in his dream and said, "You don't need to come that far. I am always visible already here. In an anthill I am remaining. You can come and dig me up." So the villagers together come and then start digging the anthill, and they find that the crowbar which they use is with blood stains. And there is a voice coming from inside saying, "You have hit me hard. You pour milk and then I will myself come outside." So they started pouring milk and the mud was cleared. You can find the deity's image there. Even now when we do Abhishekam, you can see the crowbar marks on the forehead and the Vakshasthala, that is the chest, left chest of the deity. And here we have a unique system wherein we don't have any hundi system or ticket system or anything. People do pradakshina for any prayer they want. Their prayers are answered by doing pradakshinas, 11 and 108. Nowadays people are doing, because of the huge crowds, they perform one pradakshina outside. After the prayer is answered, they perform 11 pradakshinas outside. It's a huge following. Mostly the youth in this temple come. They have the requirements for visa and a lot of other things the Balaji is granting. Most importantly, we are the only temple who have been fighting for the rights of the deity. The deity has to have fundamental rights, otherwise we cannot protect our dharma in this country.
Now, as you also spoke about how there are several political leaders that are trying to create a north-south divide for petty politics. Now, do you think temples of South India can bridge this so-called north-south divide that is being as a narrative spread by the political parties?
This is what, in fact, if you remember, I had given my strong opinion against the way the Tamil Nadu minister Udayanidhi Stalin had told about Sanatana Dharma. Each and everyone is taking, in a competitive spirit, is abusing our Sanatana Dharma, which is the most majority community's Dharma in this country. Because they are very soft people, they don't have a kind of retaliation. So they cannot be taken for granted. So I was telling, again and again, the politicians should limit their discourse to politics. Let them not comment on religious activities. Even the other day, somebody was telling me that Ramarajya is a global model. Of course, it's a global model. There is no country in the world which can tell that the global model of Ramarajya existed in their country prior to whatever the laws they were making. In Ramarajya, the Valmiki Ramayana prescribes the duties of a ruler. It prescribes the duties of a minister. It prescribes the duties of the citizen. Which country can have this kind of a documentation? In fact, Ramayana says about how external affairs has to be conducted.
Okay. Now, do you feel that there should be more delegations from various south states, including Telangana, sent out to Ayodhya? And should there also be religious delegations from Ayodhya, Varanasi, Mathura sent out to South India temples to bring closer this association that North and South has with Lord Ram and Ramayana?
See, already I am a part of one initiative which is called Kowa Peace Network. I do not know whether you people have known about it or not. We are already started working on this aspect. Let's say all the religious denominations should have affection towards each other in their own particular festivals. This Kowa Peace Network, last month we initiated. We had 2 meetings actually already. We said if Diwali is being celebrated, let us also have, they have a celebration of Ramzan, Bakrid and all. Bakrid, they can refrain from sacrificing the cows and bulls, which is sacred to us. That is only possible through mutual understanding and affection. So as you said, the delegation should come, we should go there, they should come here, which is automatically happening.
What is the message that you would like to give to the world on the occasion of Ayodhya Ram Temple inauguration?
See, it is a cultural identity for the entire humankind. It is not pertaining to one religion. It is a cultural identity to the entire humankind. I would invite all the world leaders and population in the entire world to watch this telecast, live telecast, and also in their households imbibe the characters of Rama, the truthfulness, the chastity, the fearlessness of Sri Rama, and also the non-revengeful attitude.
And how do you feel religion can be used as a powerful, influential tool to unite the people?
Religion can be a force to unite people. Definitely it can be a force, which is, if you go and see the army, Indian army, have you visited Indian army any time? Go and see how they celebrate the festivals of all the religions. That type it should be. Every festival has its own meaning, its own importance. Like we have a festival for our community, our religion. They have a festival for their religion, their community. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the whole world is one big family.
All right, thank you. Rangarajan Chilkur, he is the head priest, Chilkur Balaji Temple, shedding light into the history and legacy of the temple, Chilkur Balaji Temple, and how the association with Lord Ram and Ramayana goes back 500 years. Joining me also on the telecast right now is Dr. Virendra Hegade. He is an Indian philanthropist and a hereditary administrator of this over 800-year-old Sri Kshetra Dharamshala, which is located in Dakshin Kannada in Karnataka. Welcome, Dr. Virendra Hegade, on the telecast with us on NewsX. And of course, we are celebrating the grand installation of the idol of Lord Ram in the Ram Temple in Ayodhya just a few days from now. How do you view this celebration?
It's a wonderful preparation. I have gone through the preparation. It is a beautiful preparation that has happened, including Prime Minister is participating, Mr. Modi. And I'm happy that lot of anxiety has been generated in the country. All are anxious to watch the program, but fortunately, because of the channels and the media, we are able to see the sitting at home. Otherwise, only lucky ones could have seen it. Today, we can see from the whole nation can watch the function as it is going on.
How do you feel that Lord Ram and Ramayana are intrinsically linked to the grand temples of southern part of our country?
South India, you see, we have a very strong base for our Puranas, because we are growing with from childhood we have grown with the folk art. Every folk art has the story of Ramayana. So Ramayana, without story of Rama and Ramayana, no folk art or no other cultural activities can be carried on. So we are growing with the Rama, growing with Rama and his spirit. So we are so much attached to Rama, Rama's life, Rama's personality, Rama's contribution to the social network. So we are growing with him. So we are very close. We feel that he is still alive and he is with us. We don't think it is an imaginary story or it is a story created. We feel that Rama is with us and we feel his presence every moment.
Now, how do you view that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative to revive the Kashil Tamil Sangamam?
PM has initiated in a very good way. In fact, his personal interest and involvement is what is appreciated, because half-hearted approach or political approach will not give the delivery, it will not deliver the important factors. So today, we feel that his participation is total, and from his heart, he is associating with the program. So the program success depends on the involvement, interest, and his individual interest in the program. I think it's a very important thing that no half-hearted effort should be made. It's always total dedication, total hard work, and total planning, total delivery is very important. I think he has done all that in one way. We are very proud of him, and we are very proud of the Ram Janmabhoomi program.
What, according to you, is the legacy of the rulers of the southern part of the country, as well as illuminaries, elite members of the southern part of the country in spreading Hinduism in the Indian subcontinent and even in southeast parts of Asia?
In South India, we are very much attached to Ramayana because we have a very strong, as I said, we have very strong folk art stories. So Ramayana is one of the inspirations that we get from childhood. So from childhood, we are getting inspired by Rama's personality, Rama's stories. So Rama especially, we accept him for several things, like in the time of crisis, we remember him, because everyone has undergone some time in his life, some sort of crisis. So we feel that he has faced many issues. He was about to be throned as the king, and he was supposed to leave the palace and go to the forest. Second thing, he lost his father. Third thing is he had to go with his brother and wife to the forest. So all that, if you see that these are the difficulties that he has faced. Though we enjoy the story in film or in other, but if you go deep into the matter, can you imagine a person's agony, person's tremendous pressure on him when he loses his father, when he loses his kingdom, when he has to go to the forest with his wife, and the way they were sleeping in the palace, they had to sleep on the floor in the forest. And the sort of enemies that he had to face. He had a lot of enemies in the forest, unknown enemies. There were Rakshasas, there was demons, there was so many other enemies. So he had to face all of them. So finally, when he lost his wife, he was determined to get her back to his custody, because no man can have this type of agony. Don't think any other person can face this other than Rama, to have who lost his wife, and he had to fight the strongest person in the earth, on earth, Ravana, to get back his wife. So it was, he trained the monkeys, he trained the vanaras, he made them to come together. He had to take the help of very weak people. But his motivation, his determination, his action to motivate them, to see that they fight for him, that was what he got. He had to fight with the strongest enemy, with the weakest army. But the determination and the commitment, the devotion was so strong that it could wipe out the strongest Rakshasas. So this is a model story for every one in the world, that he has to face unknown persons, unknown enemies, unknown time, and he has to face them, he has to fight with them, and he has to keep himself cool. Rama is known for keeping his cool. He never lost his patience. He never lost his determination. He was very firm, he was very cool, he was very quiet, and still he was determined to win over the wicked. So he had to stay in a forest without a base. So, to fight an enemy, you need a base. But there was no base in his forest. But he still fought. And he was keeping his head cool. Even while fighting with Ravana, or his brothers, or his largest army, he kept his cool, he fought with the enemies, and he succeeded in getting back his wife. So all this give an inspiration to us in life. We may have to face so many. We always quote the instances from Ramayana when we undergo certain stress. We say we get stress, we get a lot of problems, challenges. But then how do we remember, how do we face them? You say, it's nothing, this is all faced by Rama in his lifetime. He has faced worse situations, he has faced worst enemies. So be cool, be strong in your heart, and keep your head cool, you can be known. This is the message, strongest message we take from Ramayana.
Could you also shed light into the legacy and history of Sri Kshetra Dharmasthal?
Dharmasala is a place of worship. Lord Manjunatha Swami is the main deity in the temple. So Manjunatha Swami is Shivalinga, as you can see in the photo here. This is the Shivalinga worshipped in the temple, and Sri Manjunatha Swami is the main deity, presiding deity in the temple. So we are known for a word called Matabida Manjunatha. The word is very important in Manjunatha. A word said should be followed. You cannot just say a word. Like Rama, Rama is known for keeping up his word and vachan. So he said something, he will keep it up. So we expect our devotees to be so. We expect our devotees to keep up their word. So it is known for Nayadan. And it's a place where we feed all the people who visit the temple. From unknown time we have been feeding people, and it is a known place for Annadana. Then education, we have got many education institutions, including a medical university. We have Aushadana, we have many hospitals. Manjunatha himself is a Mrutyunjaya, he himself is a healer. So we take himself as a Aushadana Lord, plus Abhayadana. Abhayadana is giving alms, protection to anybody who seeks it. So people come with different purposes, different objectives, different problems. They surrender to the Lord and they get solved of their problem. So this Manjunatha Swami's place in Dharmasala is very well known for an Abhayadan. We have many programs also, practical programs also to support this. For example, rural development, self-employment training institutes, and hostels, and so many other activities which support this. So Manjunatha Swami is very, very well known in Karnataka, and his grace is in every village, in every corner of our state.
There are many political leaders from north and from south who are trying to create a north-south divide for their petty politics. Do you feel the temples of South India can help bridge that divide?
It was earlier, before independence, all those feelings were there. Even linguistic district states were there. We are linguistically divided by the states. But today, after 75 years of independence, I cannot say that we have any such difference. South-north differences have come down, and it should come down. And we have same problem. Human beings are same. Our problems are same. For example, this year, we had very poor rainfall, and late months we had very heavy rainfall. Now we don't want rain, we don't expect rainfall, we have heavy rain. So whether it is south, north, east, west, we have the same problems with nature, with political issues and all that. So I wish that these differences should be forgotten. We should feel that we are all Indians, we are one, we live together, and our issues are same. We support north, support south, north for whenever there is a crisis, calamity, or whenever need comes. So there is no such differences. It has been coming down very strongly in the past 50 years.
Should there also be more delegations from various south states sent to Ayodhya, and should there also be religious delegations from northern part of the country, for example from Ayodhya, Varanasi and Mathura, to be sent to South India temples? And do you think this is going to help in ensuring that this narrative of north-south divide is tarnished, it's removed?
It is good to be sent from north-south because culturally and spiritually, we are slightly different from north. Our following, our understanding of religion, our following of religion is slightly different from north. So we are, especially my place, we are very close to Kerala. Our Kerala and Karnataka culture is very strong in spiritual and religious activities. So when we go there, we feel the strong faith in people of north. Sometimes we feel the difference also in the, so it is good that if delegations are sent from south to north, south to, especially to Rama Janmabhoomi, to understand it, and the present situation, the Janmabhoomi glory has to be such that we have to surrender to Rama, surrender to his glory, and surrender ourselves to the Almighty and take his inspiration. It's not only the spiritual inspiration, it is also the practical life message we should take of Rama. And every house should. We have a very strong Yakshagana program, a folk art program, which has, like Kathakali, a very strong art form. So this art form, every day we play Ramayana stories, and people are very strongly understanding Rama and Rama stories. But it's good that if you send delegations from south to Ayodhya and understand it.
What is the message that you would like to give to the world on the occasion of Ayodhya Ram Temple consecration?
I would say that Ayodhya is in the heart of every person in India. It is not only to those who are very close to every Indian, every person in India, every person, irrespective of religion. Because I won't say that Rama is only for Hindus. He inspires all the other religions, people of all different cultures and sects. So we have a very strong impression of Rama inside us. So I feel that most of these people should see the channels, and they should understand Rama's stories, and folk art and other art forms should depict more of Rama's message. So this message of understanding, harmony, living together, and facing problems is very important. Let this message be very strongly understood by our countrymen. This is my message.
How do you think religion can be used as a powerful, influential tool to unite the people of the country?
It is definitely, we have to unite people in the country. So this act of the renovation of Ayodhya is a very crucial thing to the oneness of the country, because we feel we are together. We don't feel that we are having differences in our following and understanding. But sometimes we feel different only in our following and practice. So let this message of harmony and unity go well in the country, and I wish that everybody, especially women and children, they have to follow the path of Rama very strongly.
Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Next up, we are joined by Padma Shri V.K. Gauri Shankar, who is the Chief Executive Officer as well as the Administrator of Sringeri Sharda Peetham. Sir, thank you for joining us on the telecast today. And of course, the big question and your views about the consecration ceremony that is going to take place on 22nd of January at the Ayodhya Ram Temple.
It's a dream come true for all the Sanatana Dharma followers. After a struggle of 500 years, some good thing is happening. Our dream is coming true. We feel great. We all pride over it.
How do you view the consecration of Lord Ram at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya?
Sringeri is a town in the Chikmagalur district of Karnataka state. This Sringeri city has got connection with Ramayana dating back to several hundreds of centuries. When Dasharatha was advised to perform Putrakameshti Yaga, he was advised to bring a sage named Rishyashringa. Rishyashringa is a sage who was doing penance near Sringeri, and our name Sringeri comes from that Rishyashringa. Rishyashringa has become Sringeri. Our connection with Ayodhya and that part, it goes back to times of Ramayana, and our Peetam is called Sringeri Peetam based on the name originated from Rishyashringa. Rishyashringa Maharshi's temple even now is very near our place. So we have Sringeri Sharada Peetam has a connection with Ramayana for a long time. Adi Shankara 12 centuries back, when he resurrected practice of Sanatana Dharma, established 4 Amnaya Peetams in 4 corners of this country, and in the southern part he chose Sringeri as the head office for his propagation and sustenance work that he wanted us to do. For 12 centuries this Dakshinamnaya Sringeri Sharada Peetam has been doing it continuously, and probably only institution which has a unbroken chain of succession of gurus for 12 centuries. And today also we continue doing whatever Adi Shankara had ordained us to do as per his dictum.
How are Lord Ram and Ramayana associated with the grand temples of South India?
Most part of the Ramayana revolves around southern part of the country. He went to Sri Lanka, those days Ceylon, from here only. Even Kishkinda, which is quoted as a place where Hanuman had his birth, etc., is in near our place in Hampi. So Ramayana is very much connected with southern part of the country. His capital might have been Ayodhya, but Rama was our king. He is a revered man for us. And entire southern part you can find a Rama temple in nook and corner of every village. It either a Rama temple or a temple dedicated for Hanuman with Rama's idol, you can find in every part of southern India.
Now we have grand temples with rich legacy in the southern part of the country. How important is it that the temples are being built in such a grand way, the like we are seeing in Ayodhya, in northern part of the country as well, keeping in mind several of them have been desecrated, destroyed several times by the invaders and marauders?
Very important, very important. I think North India also had great temples. Kashi Vishwanath temple is a most sacred place for us. In fact, Adi Shankaracharya gave a direction that we should perform puja at Rameshwaram, Ramanatha Swami temple. That is our place. From there you take mud, go to Kashi, have bath in Ganges, make a lingam and perform puja and dissolve that mud lingam there. Bring Ganges from Kashi to Rameshwaram and then perform Abhishekam of Ramanatha Swami temple. This is the cycle that has been there for centuries. Our generations and generations and generations have been doing it. So very big temples in northern part and southern part did have connections. Even today, a priest from southern part of the country goes to Kathmandu to do puja. Badri, you find a Malayali Nambudiri doing puja. In Kedar, you find a South Indian doing puja. So this type of big temples and connections between them have been there for centuries.
What do you think is going to be the learning of the world from Adi Shankara and his teachings?
No, Rishyashringa is a saint much earlier than Adi Shankara. Adi Shankara took birth 12 centuries back. and he said all are equal. The basic concept of Adi Shankara's philosophy is all beings are equal. There is no difference between one man, the other man. He treat each one as one. If that is followed to the core, probably there will be no problem at all in this world for anybody. Advaita is just says that everyone is equal, everyone is same. We see Chaitanya and each and everyone as same.
How important, according to you, is the making of Ramayana circuit that connects the important sites linked to Ram in north and in south?
Very, very important. If such a thing can be done, where Rama's trail can be taken around. All devotees have lot of regard, reverence, respect for Rama. We all want to show our respects and do puja to Rama, and wherever he has been there, we consider it as a sacred place. So I think if some effort can be put either by the government or any private agency which can connect all these important places that are connected with Ramayana, like Ashokavanam in Sri Lanka. There is the place where Sita Mai was put there. And also there are so many such places connected in other parts of the country also. All these, if they are linked, probably it will be the best thing that can be done for propagation of our traditional values among our next generation.
All right. Thank you very much, Padma Shri V.R. Gauri Shankar, for joining us on the telecast, sharing your views and giving us an insight into how Lord Ram and the southern temples of South India have an intrinsic link to the legacy and the history of Ramayana.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.